Now, just before we began the program, the candidates drew lots, and Jess Santa Maria will go first. Mr. Santa Maria.
I hate politics. I hate the wheeling and dealing in the back rooms. I never had any intention of getting personally involved in politics until 4 years ago. When I read in a local publication, national publication, that Palm Beach County was corruption county, I was ashamed. But more than ashamed, I was angry. I was going to do something about it. I was going to run for Palm Beach County Commission. The Palm Beach Post, knowing what I've done over the years in Palm Beach County, endorsed my candidacy because they felt that Jess Santa Maria was the opposite of Tony Masalati. 4 years later,
thank you, Mr. Santa Maria.
They said I kept my promise.
Santa Maria, thank you. Andy Schaller.
Thank you to everyone for coming tonight, those of you watching at home, and especially to the Chamber for hosting this event. My name is Andy Schaller. I am a no-party affiliated candidate, which means I am independent of the political establishment. I've lived in this district for more than 20 years. I'm a multi-small business owner. My main business I've owned for more than 16 years. I have never raised my rates one time in 16 years, although my vendors have doubled them to me. I found a better way to hustle or a more efficient way to make my business go. I've never advertised, and I have not had a contract with any of my customers because every time I do business with them, my reputation and my performance is on the line. I want to bring the exact same type of attitude, work ethic, and background to the County Commission and make things happen on a more efficient, business-like way where result-driven performance is the standard.
Thank you. John Carroll.
Thank you for being here. My name is John Carroll. I've lived in Palm Beach County since 1974. I served you with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office from 1974 to 2010. I've been shot at, I've been stabbed, I've literally bled in the streets, serving you over that period of time. After retiring on April 30th, I was fortunate enough to be offered a job by Barry University as an adjunct professor. I teach your children public administration. I am the most qualified person for this office. If you look into the background of everybody involved in this race, you'll see that we have the quality, we have the gumption, and we have the strength to do a good job and make Palm Beach County a better place to live. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. And now the questions. We have 3 questions that we will pose to you. Each of you will have an opportunity to answer, and then that will follow up with some questions from the audience directed at specific candidates. You have 2 minutes to respond to each of the questions. Again, Mr. Santa Maria, you will go first. Question. Palm Beach County's unemployment rate is 12.4%. What would you do as county commissioner to stimulate economic growth and the creation of jobs in this district, including the Glades?
Well, with respect to the Glades, I started way back supporting the inland port concept, and we finally found the right place to locate the inland port. So we are now anxiously waiting for the Fanjul family to move forward with the inland port. But that's going to take a long time. So in the meantime, I've already started working on the Belglade Marina to make it a resort. So we are currently trying to get different agencies to support starting a major resort in the Belglade Marina and as well as the Pahokee and the South Bay Marinas. With respect locally, I feel the best way to start getting the economy started is to be able to provide good financing for the small businesses. We have to find low-interest loans to motivate the small businesses. Right now, it's very difficult to get a loan, and we have to get both government and the banking community to provide low-interest loans to motivate the business community and provide the employment base that's badly needed in the county.
You have 30 seconds if you...
Oh. I heard the thing sound. I personally have provided thousands of jobs through my construction company over the years. So I would say that the area that really needs the improvement is still financing. So that's my bottom line: financing for the business community.
Now the time is up. Thank you. Mr. Schaller, same question.
Those of us who've been around this county for some time remember some of the bigger names that were employers here: Motorola, IBM, Pratt & Whitney. They came here and located here and brought many jobs at a time when it was conducive for them to be here. To be successful in life and business, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just go to what works and put your name on it. We need to look back at what attracted some of these different companies way back when, and what happened that caused them or persuaded them or allowed them to leave and take many of the largest employers with them when they left, largest amount of jobs. So we need to look back at attracting the major employment centers. Specifically in District 6, we're much higher on unemployment. We're 42% roughly in the Glades, 42%. That means 4 out of every 10 people don't have a job. That doesn't even include underemployment, people who have a job but can't make their bills. So we need to aggressively look at that in this district. I was speaking with some older gentlemen who've been around Canal Point for many years, and they said back in the days of the Depression, everybody walked around with a full belly and money in their pocket because they sold food. Food is freedom. We have to make sure that we strongly support our agriculture. We have some of the best land in this country out west, as we call it, or on the other coast, as sometimes we call it, but it's all one community. We have about 34% of our agricultural property is agricultural here. We can't look past what has been vital and what has been part of the success of this area. So in looking backwards to look forwards, you learn from your mistakes from the past, you don't repeat them, and you improve upon them. So we need to look back to what was successful before, go back to the basics, get the businesses here, and encourage the small farmer as well as the big farmer to take advantage of the gift that we have that is called the Glades.
Thank you. Mr. Carroll.
You're correct, Mr. Schaller. The unemployment rate in the Glades area is 42%. Overall, it's 12.4%. Over the last 4 years, we've had the opportunity to be able to get some very high-end employers in the Western community. Our Palm Beach County Commission has not been able to close those deals in the last 4 years. The Medical Arts Plaza, which was passed, will bring 4,000 to 6,000 jobs in the next 10 to 15 years. That's the type of vision that you need to have as a Palm Beach County Commissioner. You have to look not what's going to happen today or yesterday. You have to look at how your decisions are going to affect the quality of life in the next 10 to 15 years. In government, we call that a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, a 15-year plan. You have to be working on that. We had a chance to get a campus from Palm Beach State College, which was voted down. Yes, this week the Commission did vote to pass the inland port. Last time it was voted on, our Commissioner voted against it, and it didn't pass. The people in the Glades need help. They need someone to go out and fight their cause. I was there this morning at a Rotary meeting, and I remembered back to 1974 when I was living at a local hotel working undercover in the city of Belle Glade. And I said, God, this looks like a third world country. You go in those same areas today, and they still look bad. Over 35 years, we have not done our share to help the people of the Glades. and someone needs to take that cause and work hard to help those people.
Thank you. Question number 2, Mr. Schaller, you will answer first. Are you for or opposed to Amendment 4, and why?
Real easy. I am opposed to it. I don't believe that the average person has the time and effort to look at the intricacies of something like a land use plan. One of the reasons we have a democracy that elects the republic that we are in right now is to charge our leaders with doing just that, to lead, to make sure that they have the resources available to them to make the best decisions, like the review process, like agenda review, like staff, like meeting with the applicants, and pretty much the unlimited ability to ask questions and to make sure that you have the greatest knowledge. Most of us from day to day have our own jobs and we depend upon our leaders. That's the importance right now of electing somebody who has that ability to carry that torch for you and fairly and accurately represent you. Now, I hope we'll hear from Commissioner Santa Maria tonight as to where his stance is on Amendment 4, because so far, one time he said at a forum he was neutral on the idea. Another time he filibustered you last night and didn't give his opinion yesterday afternoon. But if anybody hasn't seen it, just so you know, Commissioner Santa Maria, back on July 26, has given $1,000 to Hometown Democracy. So I'd love to hear his answers as to why he supports it. Thank you.
Mr. Carroll.
It sounds good. Hometown democracy, baseball, apple pie, mom. It will be an absolute disaster. I've been on the record. We've been asked this question before. I am absolutely against 4. This is why you elect your officials, so they can make those decisions. If you're an up-and-coming lawyer, you should be voting for 4, because we will be tied up in legality, legal fees, attorney fees. Our staff will be doing nothing but defending themselves. It will be a total disaster for our county. It's imperative, whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent, to vote no on 4. And if you have any question, look up what happened in St. Petersburg when they voted for their own hometown version of this. It has been a disaster. And myself and Mr. Schaller have been very strong in talking about 4 and how bad 4 will be for our community. Thank you.
Mr. Santa Maria.
I don't feel that Schaller has the right to speak for me, because I can speak for myself.
Please, please, please.
So I don't need you to speak for me, Schaller. I can speak for myself. I donated $1,000 to Hometown Democracy, so that's a fact. But I have been consistent in the time that I've been asked that question, that I have played the same position as Thousand Friends of Florida. I am a member of Thousand Friends of Florida, an environmental group, and their position has been that it's neutral. I am neutral because there are good points and bad points on both sides of the issue. So I am living up to the conscience of each individual and my own personal conscience where to go. In other words, if you feel that your government has acted correctly in protecting the environment and your community, then you say no to Amendment 4. But if you feel that it's going to cost you too much money that you cannot afford and therefore should not support Amendment 4, then follow your conscience. So if you're willing, those who are willing to pay the price of protecting their immediate community, then they are going to support Amendment 4. But if some of the members of this business community feel that it's going to hurt employment and hurt their business efforts, then fine. So I am leaving it up to each individual to make his own decisions. And I am going to stand by that position. I personally have
Thank you.
a neutral statement.
Thank you.